This is something that we want to talk about on this call because a lot of people right now are looking for a new way to make money. Right now, we're within a pandemic. All right. A lot of people right now are losing their jobs. I've known people who've been working jobs for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years that are being laid off right now. So I think it's a time right now for people to take control of yourself, take control of your own destiny. All right. Have more control over your income. And when you have this skill, once you learn how to trade, right, you can truly depend on yourself. So if anything happens on your 9 to 5, you can still produce income to keep a roof above your head, keep food on the table, right? So that's what we're doing here, guys. And I'm super excited to be on with my squad, Gobe Tradehouse. I love my team. My team keeps me fired up. Every morning, my team keeps me inspired, right? So we're producing a lot of success stories, and we're having a lot of fun doing this. So I think the only thing to do right now, before we start rolling through some of the people in here, just to hear their experience in Tradera and also a few testimonials, it's only right that I pimp this off with the dude that got the same shirt on as me. All right, so it's only right that I pimp this off with the dude that has the same shirt on as me, Mr. Carlos Pond. Let me tell you something. I've been doing business with Carlos. I met Carlos in 2014 in another program. Right? We were not in the same organization at all, but he saw me and I saw him, and the timing came where we decided to go ahead and partner up in another program, okay? Once that program fizzled away. And since then, we've been rocking and rolling. We've been building large networks. We've been traveling around. We've pulled well over 6 figures in online businesses, all right? And we started off Gobe Tradehouse, well, Gobe, which actually stands for the Generation of Bosses Empire. We started this off in a travel company, all right? And we were able to migrate it now into the Forex industry to Gobe Tradehouse. Okay, so Gobe's been around for about 6 years, and he's one of the founding fathers of Gobe. He handles so many things, guys. Even some people on right now in our group, you don't know how much value Carlos brings to our organization. He's the one who designed our logo, all right? He's the one helping design our apparel. He's the one helping design all of the flyers. He does all the videography, all right? So he is a vital part of our organization. He does the presentations. He created our presentation. I mean, he's so valuable to our team. He's one of my best friends. He's my brother, and he's having a lot of success. So, Carlos, man, what's going on, brother? How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm glad to get another deep breath of air, in life, and get to share our time in this world with other like-minded beings, because I truly believe that we are not Homo sapiens. I mean, I think that we are more special than the evolution that was given to us. There's a reason why monkeys are still monkeys. There's a reason why we weren't made dogs. And I just think that there's something very special about each and every one of us. Especially seeing the walk of life that we're in right now. I'm glad that we're born in this time, in this era, just based off the fact that I get a phone. Can you imagine not being connected to the world nowadays? Can you imagine not being connected, to the people that we're connected with now? I mean, just look at it. I think if I'm correct, Mike Taylor, is way out in Memphis. Then we got Lolly, who literally hit, a position where she gave herself a $500 monthly raise in less than 72 hours. So she's literally missed 72 hours, and just seeing everything that we've done from where we came from. See, we originally did come from the travel industry, and there's nothing wrong with the travel industry, but there's something special about what we're doing by trading currency, because the thing about trading currency is that it allows you to go ahead and start generating money, from home, from learning the skill of trading Forex, and the thing about it is that people don't know is that our money's already tied into this industry just through our banks, So the moment that blood, that sweat, those tears, those 80 hours a week that you're out there trading, the moment that you deposit that money, the bank is taking your money and they're literally trading it daily. So they're getting richer and richer off of our hard work, So the moment that I got into this industry with Kenny back in the day, we got in 2014, and we were paying a young lady, I think it was like $100 or $150 a week.
Right. That was the question I was going to actually ask you, because when we first heard about Forex, like our mind was blown, right?
Yeah.
Our mind was blown because this lady was making, she showed us how she took $200 to $20,000 in under 90 days. Okay. uh, Compounding. And I knew nothing about this. So I was like, okay, I was willing to pay her anything. So I paid her over $2,000 for a package. And Carlos and I were paying her $150 a week for live sessions. So our mind was blown whenever of course, when we see the price point of Tradera. I mean, this is second to none. But what was it about Tradera? Because, I've called you about other opportunities. I called you about things, whenever we both see something, we hit each other up, we're first. What was it about Tradera when I called you that day and I was like, this is the move? What was it about Tradera that made you want to just hop in and rock and roll?
Well, it's so funny about that day, because that day, the way that it started was that for the first time, I'm a believer. I believe in God. I am a Christian, despite everybody who may have, their own religious beliefs. I don't get too into the politics. I do believe in spirits and stuff. I've seen ghosts before, regardless of what. That day was so funny because I literally went to a Buddhist temple. So I went to a Buddhist temple, and I was like, and I told a Buddhist guy that day, I said, hey man, I want some enlightenment. He sat me down. They fed me at this Buddhist temple. It was so wild, man. So I literally meditated with these Buddhists that day, or were they Buddhists? Yeah, monks, so I meditated with these monks. And then what ended up happening next was I left the Buddhist temple. They enlightened me a little bit. I came home, and right when I unlocked the door, I got a call from Kenny, and Kenny was like, that's how you answer the phone, mother. So I'm like, damn, all right, cool. So he was like, man, listen, so I heard his excitement already. And, we always, our energy is based off of excitement, so we've created what we've created based off of energy. Everything in this world is energy. So you're walking around with a brick on your shoulder, you're gonna end up with a brick for the rest of your day, So regardless of what that energy that he gave me, he's like, look, Eric Turner hit me up, told me about this company, and I kind of had already seen it because I seen Eric dabbling the night before, on a post that David Luciaga made. And by the way, David now makes $100,000 a month, $25,000, so.
Did it like in 4 to 5 months too.
Yeah, so I seen him dabbling in it, and then I was like, all right, it's got to be that thing that I seen, so, and I didn't look into it. So I was like, all right, well, Kenny, how much? Because everything comes down to price point. When it comes down to this industry, we already know that we're going to have to make an initial fee to get in, and we're going to usually have a monthly, so the moment he said, look, it's a Forex company, and it's $99. At that moment, my first thought, literally at that very moment, because my mind works really fast, so at that moment, I evaluated and compared and contrasted with another company that's already out that has had immaculate results. And their price point is $235, $169 a month. And they've created, college students that are making $100,000 a month. We got a couple friends, one that's making $25K a month, another one that's making $100,000 a month in that program. And we've seen a college student that just broke the record and is now making $750,000 a month. So with that being said, I said at that moment, I actually compared it to their top earner, who happens to be the top earner worldwide, as a male figure, who happens to make like anywhere between $750,000 a month to $500,000 a week, because we don't know how much corporate is actually paying him on the low cut. Regardless of what, in my mind at that moment, I was like, if they can do that with $250 or $235 at a $235 program, there's no doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, that I can do it and that we can do it for $99. I'm big on always looking at the consumer and saying, man, can the consumer afford it? And everybody can afford $99. There's, without a shadow of a doubt, this is a reality here, so other than that, man, that's how the day started. I literally went to a Buddhist temple, and they literally hit me with some good food, some good water, some enlightenment, some meditation, and then next, come home to an opportunity, and the opportunity turned up. 4 days later, hit the first position tonight, which Lolly actually beat that record as of now, so she's the one of the fastest young ladies and people in our organization that actually hit that position. 16 days later, I told everybody my beard was long. I had this long beard. And I told everybody, hey, once I cut my beard, once I hit this position, I'm going to cut my beard live. So you can literally go to my Facebook and see when I hit the position 16 days later. And sure enough, I cut my beard off right in front of everybody. And I like my beard because I could put it in a ponytail and everything, you know. But regardless of what, I really liked it because it was like a stress reliever, you know, something that you could just pull and tug on, you know, the moment that, you know, you need some relief. So anyways, you know, that's how it all happened, man. And then from there, you know, people got involved and people, man, we had a young individual. He didn't bring in anybody. He only brought in one person to the company. And he made $28,000 in 1 week, you know? And, you know, as a legal disclaimer, since we are live on Facebook, yes, you know? So, yeah, I got a call coming in. So if y'all don't see my faces because I got a call coming in, I'm going to have to call him back. But, yeah, man, he brought in one person that had $28,000 a week, you know? So that's the power of our company, just based off the fact that we're used to being in companies where the only way to make money is to bring people in. But our company allows you to go ahead and capitalize on an actual skill set. So other than that, man, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Kenny. And then, you know, we go ahead and bring, you know, Lana on and Giovanni, Rod, you know, Preston, you know, and really start pimping it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we have some people up here who've made money in the program. And we want to go ahead and pass it around. I think I got a text message from Lana. She's going to let me know she's ready in a couple minutes. But we do have a few people on. I know Mike Taylor said he's doing something. Oh, Lana, are you ready?
We're good.
You're good?
We're good.
All right. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning.
We're good. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. This is a great call for me. I'm going to be feeding off of all you guys' energy today. Pray for me, pray for my family. Just lost my uncle this morning, and it's tough, right? So we're gonna push through this, right?
Absolutely.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes, we're here to support you. Anything that you need, my sister, anything that you need. I've been knowing Lana since junior high school. She was always a star athlete, a competitor. Growing up, I've watched her grow into a mother, a strong woman, and an entrepreneur, and I'm super proud of her. And I partnered with her in the past, and she's done some amazing things in programs we've been involved in the past. So, you know, just a couple questions that before we pass it on to someone else to say their piece and testimonies. What made you get involved in Tradera? Have you made money in Tradera? And what do you like best about it?
Man, so why did I get involved with Tradera? How did I get involved with Tradera? So like as my brother Kenny just said, I've known and done businesses with him in the past, and also with Carlos, right? Carlos, you know, he hit me at a very dark time in my life. So I wasn't necessarily ready to do anything with anything, trying to learn a new skill, trying to lead a team, trying to be a mentor, a trainer, things of that nature. Time comes by and Corona hits hard. And it's just all this uncertainties, you know? So while I was able to start rebuilding my life with set skills at home, and with the help, a very big help of the unemployment, the extra unemployment benefit that they was giving, July came and they said that they didn't know if they was going to extend it or not. So I was just very, very uncertain as to where things was going. After, you know, my mental breakdown last year after my grandmother passed away, it was really hard for me to pray, right? God has always known my heart. I do feel that, but it was just always hard for me to pray. One day I prayed. I had to, out loud. You had to hear my voice. You had to feel my spirit. I needed something to come and change things around, because it wasn't going to be going back to work. And it wasn't going to be, you know, getting booked to go do any more shows. I'm a recording artist. So that was like the bulk of my money was doing shows, performing. What are we going to do? You know? So I prayed, but I prayed and I kept pushing. I prayed and I kept pushing. I looked over to my daughters, you know, every day and knew that I had to do it for them. After everything that they've been through these last years, they deserve the greatest and they deserve the best part of me. So as you know, I am, as you can probably hear already, I am a woman of God. I believe in the Spirit. I believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe in Jesus Christ. And I believe in the trilogy. And I believe things come to me in threes. God knows how to speak to me through everything. There's one thing that I realize is that God speaks to people how he knows that he's going to reach them. With me being on social media all the time, from, you know, my fitness program and my artistry, he, like, I don't know if it's memes and things of that nature, but he always speaks to me. Me and Carlos have been following each other on social media since we met, 2014, right? And I would see him periodically. But then I just started seeing him very frequently. Like, first I saw him on the Snapchat. So I don't scroll my Snapchat, right? I'm bougie. I just get on there, post my stuff, and keep it moving. Y'all watch me, right? But he was there, and I was like, I don't know what Carlos got going on, but I didn't look through his stuff. Posted what I needed to post on Snapchat. Now it's time for me to go to Facebook to go do my post on there. Carlos pops up as soon as I open. I don't remember the last time I seen him on my Facebook, but the first post is Carlos. I'm just pumped. And I'm like, the fuck? You know? And I'm already, you know, because I have discernment. And then when he's moving on my spirit, I can also feel it, right? So I do my posts, do my thing or whatever, like a couple things, move over to Instagram. I have never seen Carlos on my Instagram. Never in my life. Seeing him on my Instagram since, like, on my thread, I would have to go to his page in order to see his page, right? And the third post, scroll, Carlos, threes. I was like, yo, it's time for me to give him that call, figure out what's going on. Let me see what Carlos got going on. So I called Carlos, get him on the phone, or I got to text you. Some kind of way I got in touch with him. I don't know if I messaged him and then call him, but anyhow, we end up on the phone and I'm like, yo, what we got going on? What's the move? You know, it's always what we got going on. What's the move? Because I seen how whatever him and Kenny had going on was changing my brother's life, right? I was seeing Kenny, you know, posting, yeah, got married, and went for a new baby, got a new house. I could see how God and whatever he had going on was doing and changing his life. So, Carlos, what's going on? So he tell me what's going on. I say, all right, shoot the video. He shoot me the video. I'll be honest with you, I did not get through the video. I've watched the video now to its entirety, but not at first. And initially, I did not watch the video. Called Carlos, right back. All right, man, what we doing? Like, how we get started? Carlos. He's still trying to sell it to me. You ain't gotta sell it to me, no more, boo. I'm good. Let's go. Like, it's because I know if it's like, all right, I'm looking at my account and I'm seeing what it is. I'm knowing that I have 3 more weeks or 4 more weeks or whatever of this extra money coming. I'm building these businesses. Things are picking up. My brand that I designed was starting to pick up, but it wasn't, you know, suffice. What are we gonna do? You're gonna put it in God's hands. That's exactly what I did, man. Like, Carlos, he kind of like held me off for a while and I couldn't understand it, but I understand it now. Because he knew if I got frustrated, I probably would have dipped. I probably would have dipped. So there was a new situation in the system. I'm hearing that I came on the other side of that. He plugged me in. He sent me that long text message. I went through it. I got plugged in on Gobe with coffee, and it was my goal and my destiny to get that money right back because you don't have no money to waste. Every single penny matters to me right now, you know? So I got in, I plugged in, I looked at the video to its entirety. I really felt more so that this ain't for me. This is for my people. And God told me in 2016, when he got me off of that floor, that he wasn't done with me. He's always used me as a bridge, right? And as more as I'm telling people, and as much as I'm trying to help people, and God knows it's my heart, it's not just me talking. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me talking, it's what I know. And I know what this has done for me. I know what this can do for all of my people. So I'm not gonna stop talking about it. I have this huge platform. Always been an influencer. You know, people have always listened to me and things of that nature. Why would I keep that to myself? I reached out to everybody that I felt like needed it, and I would reach out to people that, you know, I'm just cool with, and I felt like, you know, they was go-getters. And I'm telling you, the first 3 people all had testimonies that they were just praying right before I called. My cousin, you know what I'm saying, had a situation, was praying over his backpack, like, I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? And then he said 5 minutes later, I called. And 3 other testimonies right after that. So yes, you know, I ended up ranking really, really quick. Of course, I wanted to get my money back, but I got out of that mindset of me and got in the mindset of everybody else. And that's why he's blessing. He's going, yes, I'm going to reap the fruits of my labor, but I'm going to be blessing and helping everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm in the business. That's why I'll stay in the business, because with this time right now of uncertainty, with this time right now, with this climate and this currency going to obsolescence, we have to get ahead of the wave. You know, honestly, if I was thinking like I needed to be thinking years back when Bitcoin came out, I would have been buying some Bitcoins at $10, but now they run at $11,000. I could be really good. Don't fall behind the wave. You know what I mean? And I wasn't going to, and I got a future to build for my kids. You know, they deserve it. And there's a lot of people in my life, you know, that lives need to be turned around. You know, 2020 hit us hard. So, you know, for me to be the bridge, for me to be the blessing, because I am blessed, I am God, I am love, I am the power of Yahweh. Someone asked me the other day, what does my name mean? Alana. It means the power of Yahweh. And I only just found that out in 2016. So I rest on that. All right. Did I answer all the questions?
Yeah, you answered the question and some. You know, I love it. You know, I appreciate your partnership. I mean, what you guys hear is someone with a lot of why. I always say if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. And what you hear is someone who is not going to give up on herself, and she's not going to give up on the people around her. And she wants to spread this message to other people because she knows how big it is and how it can impact people's lives during this time, right? This is a servant, okay? This is someone who has a purpose. And everybody on this call, all of us, I feel like we are obligated to share this message. This business has dramatically changed my life in a major way in a short amount of time. One day I'm gonna get into the depth of what was happening to me last year and how whenever I got introduced to Tradera, my life changed, guys. It's crazy. But time doesn't permit that right now.
Yes,
But I'm
I
just
had to
letting you
make
know.
mine, had to shorten up mine too.
You gotta shorten it up. We're gonna have to do another coffee with Gobe one day, and we're gonna have to get Kleenexes out and everything because we're gonna drop some tears on that one.
And
but,
I want to give a message to the team, man. Y'all have no idea on the amounts of magnitude that you guys have saved me. That this organization and this situation has saved me. Y'all given me a sense of purpose again. Every day I get up and now I have more than just this. I have, purpose. In fighting depression, PTSD, and anxiety, like I've been trying to battle these last couple of years. I think I finally found something that's going to keep me from taking that medicine, right? Y'all are great. And my inbox is open for everybody. So use me.
Use it, man. We love you. We appreciate your partnership. Hey, you know, I want to bring a young gentleman up, okay? His name is Vaughn, all right? Now, I got a lot of respect for this gentleman, okay? This brother right here is super talented on the charts. I don't know. I've never met Vaughn before. I met Vaughn through Mike Taylor. And Mike Taylor, hopefully he's ready to go after Vaughn because he has a powerful testimony. But Vaughn is super talented. This gentleman is doing all types of stuff. He's building an organization called Digital Wealth, and he is doing a great job leading his team, developing content, material, doing live sessions with his team. He's always engaged. We're literally witnessing a young future legend being built in this company within our organization. Okay, so Vaughn, you know, for everybody who doesn't know you, introduce yourself, brother. What made you? First of all, how did you get introduced to Tradera? Talk about your, you know, how you got introduced to Forex, and have you made money in this company? Oh, let's unmute Vaughn. Hold on.
Oh,
Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Forex. Okay, so man, how I found Forex was just literally being broke, trying to find the answer. You know, I've been broke my whole life. Like, I'll just put it out there. And you know, but until I found Forex, that's when I was when I realized Forex is real. And it took a while for me to realize Forex is real, because there's a lot of, you know, bad examples on Forex out there. If there's anybody out there that's, you know, just new to the whole Forex, it is real. It's not a scam. And when I really realized that, I gave my all to it. Especially me, because I don't want to work for no man, like, at least nobody I don't want to work for, you know. And I recently quit my job because I hate the feeling of somebody thinking they're above me and thinking that I need them, you know? So I knew that I had Forex in my back pocket, and I mastered Forex, and I knew I would never need anybody, literally. So I found Forex literally just searching for money, how to make money online. And even when you search really hard, you still might not even find out about Forex. You know.
You know, I got a question for you as you were talking. How did you? Because you never told me this, but how did you get introduced to Mike Taylor? How did you find him? And then
literally by looking for money, because when you search how to make money and you're searching for, you know, little underground ways, you start finding other go-getters. You know, so I was a go-getter. I always was. So I ended up connecting with Mike Taylor through another business that he was doing. And that business didn't really work out, but, you know, I never lost a connection with him. So Mike Taylor, you know, he sent a mass message to all his contacts. One of them was me. And he sent that like a month before I even signed up. You know, I just literally like looked at it, glimpsed at it, and it's like, all right, going about my life now. And it's funny how the world works, because at the time I already was like studying Forex. You know, I was pretty good at it. I was just, you know, trading demo, like just straight blues, you know. But I was looking for a company to join, because I realized I had mastered my strategy and I got even better than my old mentor, you know. And I was starting to get a good following on my Forex strategies and stuff. And I wanted to really help people and really build something special. But I needed the platform to do it, because doing this thing independently, it's hard. You know, people are not going to believe in you. But when you have the company behind you, you know, they're more likely to believe in what you have to offer. So I seen Tradera and I'm like, $99. So I'm just looking it up, and I go to a webinar, and I'm like, oh, not one of these again, you know. Not one of these webinars where you gotta, you know, sign up and do this and join the team, because I already had my, you know, my previous thoughts about it, you know, just, you know, off of word of mouth and YouTube videos and all that about companies like this. But I couldn't get past the thought of, wow, they're giving this powerful knowledge for $99. And I can be a part of this and really change a lot of lives, teaching people for $99 for what I know. So then that's when I was like, maybe I need to look into this more. And I started watching, you know, reviews on this company and everything. And it was just, I didn't see a way I could lose. And that's the biggest part. There's no way you can lose in here if you really apply yourself, especially with me and Kenny and all the leaders that we have. You can't lose with the live sessions and everything. You can't lose. So I realized that, and I had signed up. And I signed up under Mike because Mike is, you know, Mike is a go-getter, you know, and I didn't want anybody who's gonna quit on me. So I'm happy that I joined, you know, with you guys, because I know you guys will never quit on anybody. So, and I will never quit on anybody who's on my team. You guys are going to eat crazy. And I mastered this Forex for you guys, you know, really for myself. But I always believed in giving back, because there's a lot of people in the world who they'll learn this skill and never want to teach anybody, you know. But I'm so happy that everybody has the opportunity to master this skill and realize that this will change your life. And it has changed my life. Now, when I joined this company, I was just, you know, going crazy off the gate. I was able to get to Noble in like 3 weeks, you know, 3 weeks. And it was, you know, a little problems, you know, with our software and stuff like that. Probably would have been a week, you know, but, you know, still got there. But it's amazing how I was able to turn a $99 investment to $250 in 3 weeks. $250 residual income. That's a whole part-time job. And you can't, I don't know how, like, there's nothing to argue about. Like, it's nothing to talk about at this point. Put in your $99, put in that little work, and make $250 a week of residual income and higher for the rest of your life. Like I remember I was attending a webinar with Mike, and he was saying, you know, work hard for 6 months to never work again. That's still the mentality that I have. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we go through, work hard for 6 months so I could get to Emperor, Legend, or whatever, to never work again. Think about how many of you guys are going to work and you literally feel like you're wasting time, wasting your life, especially after you know what you can do with Forex. You really feel like you are just wasting time clocking in. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was wasting my life clocking in. You know what I'm saying? People above me feeling like I need them. But all you guys, I'm telling you guys, you guys don't need anybody but those Forex courses in your back office. Go and study those Forex courses in your back office. That's all you need. And then after that, I'm gonna give you the extra sauce. The webinars, the live sessions are gonna give you the extra sauce, so you can go from a good trader to an unstoppable trader. And then you could pass down the knowledge. But this is life-changing money. All right, people are making money from the residuals and the Forex side. Okay, so there be days, you know, I'm making $250 a week, but that might get flipped to $1,000. That might get flipped to $2,000. You know what I'm saying? If you like Kenny J over here making $2,500 a week, and you know what I'm saying, if he's taking the signals, I know some days he's seeing 5 bands, you know, just off the capital that he's, you know, getting from the residuals. So this company really builds up wealth. Like, you could really build up wealth with this company off of $99. And the $99 isn't investing in the company. I think it's really investing in yourself. Okay? You're investing in yourself, because at the end of the day, when you put in your $99, it's up to you. It's up to you. And just know that anybody can get where Kenny is. Anybody can get where Carlos is. Anybody can get where David Linciaga is at if you put in that time and you put in that work. So
Man,
yeah, that's good.
Vaughn, man, I appreciate your partnership, brother. Well said. You inspire me every day. I wish when I was your age, and when I see young men talk like this, okay, you know that our future is secure. We're gonna have, that's why the group Generation of Bosses Empire, right? This is what's being produced right here. Young
I'm only
men.
22 years old, by the way, y'all.
22. So I mean, if you
old.
22 years old doing this,
You know,
think
and
about it.
I trade Forex. I make, you know, websites. I edit videos. I do a whole lot of things, you know, and I didn't learn how to do that from anybody else. I literally went and searched for the answers, you know, self-taught myself everything that I know. And you guys can do the same. You guys have the tools to thousands of dollars in your back office. Just take advantage of it. I'm telling you.
And you got, when I was 22, I was still getting ratchet in the clubs, man. I wasn't even
Oh, I was there.
I was working a 9 to 5, just clubbing, man. This dude is building an online empire. So I'm telling you, I wish I was in this environment when I was 22.
Man, I'm just blessed to be here. I'm glad I ain't find this, you know, later in life, because one thing that really scares me, there's a lot of people, you know, that scared of different things, but what scares me is waking up one day 40, 50 years old and wishing I did something different. You know, I used to work with a lot of old heads, and they used to be like, "Oh man, how old are you? What you doing nowadays, man? What you doing with your money? Back in the day, man, I wish I was doing this and that." And you know, seeing that really breaks my heart because it really goes to show that a lot of people really made a lot of wrong decisions and really could have had better lives. You know what I'm saying? I really never wanted to have any regrets, and that's why I just go all in. You know, I'm not afraid to take risk. I'm not afraid to invest. I believe in myself. You guys got to believe in yourselves, okay? And just go hard, because you know you only got one time, okay? So that's it, man. No regrets.
Man. No regrets. And if I could say anything to you, Vaughn, you know, just as a, I guess you could call me an elder. About 10, you know, I'm 34 years old. Okay. So I want you guys to just remember, don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. By the time you hit my age, my brother, you're gonna be a multi-millionaire. Okay? You can't stop. If I would have had what you had now, 12 years later, I'd have been in a crazy position right now, but I didn't have that vehicle. Don't let nobody stop you. Nobody get in your way. Continue to stay in the environment and don't give up. All right?
That's another thing too. I'm sorry. Oh my God, when you join us, I'll be honest, I've been around really non-motivated people my whole life. I've been around really bums my whole life who don't, you know, they wake up and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to search a way to make money. They just want to sit around and either, you know, smoke, get drunk, or play video games. But me, that's never been me. Now you guys are a part of a group who are visionaries, you know, entrepreneurs. This is the group that I've always wanted to be around my whole life. You know, I just couldn't find those group of people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, nobody's ever done this alone. Nobody's ever became a millionaire alone. You know, and I think if people say that, I think it's a lie. You know, everybody has to have that team, that group of support. You know, and I'm glad to be around a whole family of like-minded individuals who are about getting this money.
Yeah, man. I think one thing that I like about what Devani said is that when he was at the job and he looked left, he looked right, and he realized that if he would have stayed right there in the same circumference with those people, nothing would have changed.
Right.
You know, and that's what happened. You know, and that's why, like, you will create some of your best friends by doing this right here. Like, man, I could see you, me, Kenny, Mike. Like, I know we have coffee with Gobe in the mornings, but pretty soon it's gonna be, you know, a cold one with Gobe at nights. You know, so
yeah, we're gonna do a cold one with Gobe. That was Mike's idea.
Dude, I know Mike is a go-getter, man. I knew about Mike before he even got into the business too, man. So we already know everybody's energy. So now we got all this energy here. You got Mike, you got Preston, you know, we got other leaders that weren't able to tune in right now. But man, I'm telling you, like with all of us putting our minds together, we're gonna impact the world in a manner where, you know, they say that the people that believe, that are crazy enough to believe that they could change the world, are the ones that actually go out there and do it. You know, so
I'm crazy enough.
Bro, I'm a psychopath, you know. So with it, man. Hey, Kenny, I'll hand it back over to you, man.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks, Vaughn. Thanks, Vaughn, for a powerful testimony. And we expect much more from you coming. Absolutely. So Mike Taylor, the person who brought Vaughn into business. If Mike Taylor's on, let me give you the proper introduction, man. Let me give you the proper introduction.
Here we go.
Listen, he doesn't like when I hype him up. I don't know why. But
I like it, bro. I like it, bro.
That's why I always post. I posted on my Facebook the other day, put yourself in a position where you are celebrated and not just tolerated. Okay? Put yourself in a position where you're celebrated and not just tolerated. In Gobe Tradehouse, you are celebrated on literally everything. You know, we want you to know it is a big deal when you make profits. It's a big deal just starting this business. It's a big deal hitting ranks and just being part of our group. You're celebrated over here. You're not just tolerated. We love you over here. We want you here. All right. So this gentleman, Mike Taylor, I actually found him kind of like how Vaughn found him. I was in a situation. I was in between businesses, in between jobs, and I was looking online to make money. And I came across this guy named Mike Taylor making money in like this program, a sales program. And I joined it. And for a little while, me and him connected, and I actually made a little money in the program whenever I was with him. And we just always stayed in contact. And when I first got introduced to Tradera, it was one of my goals to recruit Mike. So one of the first people I contacted was Mike. I was like, I want him on my team. I shot him like 3 audio messages. I shot him some other messages, and I pitched him. I gave him a deal. And he rejected me. So Mike was just like, oh, no, I'm doing good in this company. He pretty much gave me every obstacle that you guys hear all the time, right? He just denied it completely. So that's what I'm saying, guys. I don't care if you get 0 likes. I don't care if you have no views on your story. Keep promoting your business. You're an entrepreneur, right? You can't stop. So just because someone's not hungry today, it doesn't mean they might get an appetite in a couple months, right? So I ended up reaching out to Mike again, once I hit Bishop, I think. And it just so happened at that time, Mike was more receptive to the information. I'd like to get into his mindset at that time what happened, but Mike ended up joining after he rejected me first, right? So, and now Mike has blown up the business. He has a large team in a very short amount of time. He's made money on the charts, and he's making residuals weekly, and he has huge goals in this company, and he's been an excellent business partner. So Mike, my brother, welcome to the call. First and foremost, I think a good place to start is what was going on in that time. Why did you first reject me, and then why did you come back around and say, you know what, I want to take advantage of this?
I'm glad you brought it up, because I actually want to take a couple of steps back, because there's actually an important lesson to learn here. The 7 years. So I'm gonna get back to your question, but I want to actually piggy all the way back to 2012 or 13. I'm not gonna stay there long. When I first started network marketing, I did it out of curiosity, just looking for a way to make some extra money. I was a DJ at a club, and the club started paying me less money, so I actually started working 2 jobs, and I was working at a warehouse and the club. Long story short, I ended up losing both of those jobs over the same weekend. And I got an unemployment check. I had made it my business. I said, I would never allow myself to be this vulnerable again. And what I mean by vulnerable is, as long as you're working for somebody else, then they can always do whatever they want. They can get rid of you when they feel like it. They can change your pay when they feel like it. They can give you as many hours as they feel like it. So I said, how can you get mad if somebody wrecked your car if you let somebody else drive it? Like, that's your fault. You should have drove your own car. And I said, by hell or high water, I'm going to make sure that I make enough income or learn how to make enough income that by the time the unemployment check ran out, that I could at least, maybe only have to get one job. To my surprise, I started doing so well that I was scared to death at the thought of getting a job, because I'm like, if I got to sit somewhere for 8 hours, how much money would I actually lose? However, one thing I heard Vaughn say, which is actually important, during that same time frame, I also had a group of who had been knowing. Actually, I went to middle school with these cats and been cool with them all the way up until I was 32 years old. And when I started to look at my life, because one thing about it, when you lose both of your jobs, whatever your failures were, they start getting exposed. And whoever you thought your friends were, you will see who your real friends are when you fall off. And when I started actually evaluating who I was at that time, which was just a guy who really was only concerned about making sure my bills were paid, what girl I was hanging out with, and that's it, to be honest, and making sure my son was taken care of. But I had no actual future goals. But when I started getting into this online marketing business and I started telling my friends, hey man, I'm excited about this, and they would always shoot me down, oh, that's a scam, you're just too lazy to get a real job and stuff. And I started realizing, not only are these people not go-getters and we have none of the same goals, but a lot of who I am right now is a replication of the people that I've been hanging out with. That's why I had to separate myself, because I remember I was watching Les Brown, and he said, if you hang out with 4 losers, you'll be the 5th, period. And that stuck. So I got away from them cats, and I started hanging out by myself, started building my business. But I made one mistake, and this is what I mean, save you 7 years. I got an online business that paid me daily, but there was no residual, there was no passive, therefore there was no incentive to really build.
Can you guys still hear Mike? I think he might have cut out. Can you hear him?
No.
Yeah, he definitely cut out.
Mike, can you hear me?
Okay, about now.
There you
I
go.
hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
The last thing we heard is that there was no incentive for you to build a business long term. I think you might have cut out again.
You need to get Mike a new phone.
You guys give me like a give me a 111 if you can hear Mike.
I can't hear him right now neither. He's out.
Nobody can hear him.
There he goes.
All right, so y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I had to switch my internet real quick. All right, so what was the last thing I said? Did y'all hear?
The last thing you said is that there was no incentive because you were doing the online business that was paying you one time.
Yeah, it was paying me one time. So as soon as what I realized in that type of business, that instead of you creating business partners and people that you can build with, the more you showed these people, you was actually long-term creating competition. Because if you're telling everybody, hey, this is where I'm posting at, this is what I'm posting, man, after a while, you got like 3,000 people, that saturating your own business. So there was no incentive to build those relationships. And also, since you are getting paid daily, and I know you guys hear me say this all the time, when you get paid like that, if you meet 4 business partners in a business that pays you daily or weekly or it's not residual or whatever, then the very next day, in order for you to make that same amount of money, you got to invest that same amount of energy and meet 4 new people. You know what I'm saying? And that's every day and it's nonstop. So when Kenny so going back to your question, what I was going through at that time, well, when coronavirus hit, business started to slow down initially because, of course, people started to panic. They weren't trying to invest money because nobody knew what was going on. Also, Facebook started screwing with me, so I couldn't actually make any money. And then even Superior Freebies, eventually the company I was working with, eventually shut down. So when Kenny reached out to me, the reason why I kept rejecting him initially is because since I was doing that daily pay business and I was using that to pay my bills, the whole thought process of even trying to attempt to build a team, because the honest God truth is when you're building residual income, the key word is bill. Well, when you're trying to pay your rent every month and you don't have time to build because you're like, well, if I take 3-4 hours away from my business that's paying me daily, then obviously I'm gonna have to take a pay cut. But by the time I build that residual, I'm gonna be screwed. Well, that's what I thought. However, God works in mysterious ways, because eventually, and I'll be honest with you, and I actually didn't think about this till I was on this call. I did go get a job for 3 weeks back in April and the first 2 weeks of May. And the reason why I went and got a job was not so much that I was unable to make money, even though I was getting screwed with at the time. But I think I actually, a part of me gave up. The reason I gave up, because for 7 years strong, I had been running hard. That's why everybody know me, because every day from the time I wake up to the time that I went to sleep, I was on the grind. As a matter of fact, I was so deep into it that I would feel guilty if I wasn't working. Like, I would feel guilty because I'm like, man, why are you just sitting here chilling, watch the game? Man, you could be missing the opportunity to be successful. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to feel guilty about it. And I was tired because I'm like, man, I did all this work, but there's no residuals, there's no passive. So when Kenny came to me the second time and he showed me that he was getting $5K a month, and I knew that I had to at least, I'm gonna be honest with you, and just to give you props, Kenny. Kenny is a bad dude when it comes to like talking to people on the phone and stuff. He really is, man. He really is. And I think I'm pretty decent, but Kenny is on a whole nother level. But at the time, I didn't know none of that about Kenny. So the only thing I knew was that, dang, when I was working online, Kenny came to me and asked me how to market. You know what I'm saying? Asked me how am I getting leads. So if I could show him how to do it, and then he could take what I taught him and go apply it to this business and be successful, Mike, what the hell are you doing? Like, why aren't you getting this residual? You got those same skill set. You need to apply it. So here's the difference. And this is very important. And then I want to just go ahead and pass it. So what I've learned, because God, one thing, sometimes you got to go back to what you don't want to realize why you didn't want it. And I needed to go back to that job for 3 weeks. I needed, because I had got complacent. I hadn't worked in 7 years, so I forgot even what that felt like. But like Vaughn said, man, that's why I don't understand. Like, if everybody on this call that had a job before, I'm pretty sure, if all of you took the same attitude that you would take if you was hired at Walmart or one of these corporations tomorrow, and you said, forget it, for 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week times overtime, I was going to be doing something to build my business. Because think about it like this. We got 6 months left. You can build you a 6-figure business right now. And the only thing that's stopping you is spreading the word. That's it. So once I realized that when I got my check from that job and it was $1,000 for 2 weeks, and I realized that I was already at $250 a week residual in this business, and all I need to do is put a little more emphasis, and I could get $500 a week, which is the same thing I'm getting at that job. The only difference is, here's the difference between the job and what I'm doing now. When I wake up at 5, when I was at that job, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to wake up. I had to force myself to get up, take a shower, get prepared, get across town, get my butt to work, and work all day like pretty much a freaking slave until like fucking 6. I mean, until 6 or 7 o'clock. Excuse my language. However, here's the difference.
Get it out.
And edit that part out. Sorry, but here's the difference. When I got to the point when I actually got paid, when I actually looked at my net pay for those 10, 12 hours of work, you're looking at about $80 a day. Now, when I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I get trade alerts. I copy and paste them. I go back to sleep and I wake up to $80. That's the difference. That's the blessing that you have. And when you got this type of information in your hand, because we're not the only people that has worked hard, and you know other people that are working hard. And when you got this type of information and you can share it with people and say, look, if you know how to copy and paste and follow some 80 to 90% trade alerts, you can save yourself a lot of time and energy. You can spend more time with your family. You can spend more time with your children. You can invest in the things that you want. Another thing, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Another thing that should motivate people, especially to build a residual side, is this. The Forex is great, but there are risk and reward in it. The residual is guaranteed. So if I know it's a guaranteed way to make 6 figures, because 6 figures is not hard with this business. It's a team of 500 people, y'all. Do y'all understand how numbers compound? You get 10 people on your team. In order to get to 25, you got 10 people helping you. In order to get to 75, you got 25 people helping you. When you get 250 people on your team, you got 250 people that are helping you get to 500. It's not hard once you just plant the original seeds. Well, with that being said, have you ever felt in your life, in your personal life, like, man, I just need a break. Like, I just wish I had like a 4, 5, 6 month period, or maybe even a couple years where I just didn't have to worry about money. Like, I don't have to worry about paying my bills. I don't have to worry about, hey, if I want to go on a vacation. I don't have to worry about, hey, I want to invest in something or follow some dream that I really want to follow. I wish I can actually just take the time to do that. Well, I got news for you. If you think a 9 to 5 is going to do that for you, 9 to 5s are not built for your dreams. They're built for somebody else's. If you want to get your dream, you're going to have to build this 6-figure business. This is a 6-figure to a multi-million-dollar business. All we got to do is work together, lock arms, and spread the word, and we all can be successful. And that's all I got to say.
Man, powerful, powerful. And Mike, again, I tell you all the time, you're becoming a great friend of mine. I'm so glad to be in partnership with you. And I could see us being partners and brothers for a very long time. So I look at everybody in this program, when you lock arms with us, we are family, we're one family, and we want to build long-term partnerships in this business. Because if we're going to be millionaires, we need millionaire friends, right? If I have $1 million and then I said, if I'm a millionaire and I get 250 and I ask everybody here, we're killing the charts, we're making residuals for 250, what can we do with that money practicing group economics? We could go buy a mall. We could go buy some land, right? Right? We could do a lot of things together. So we're going to get wealthy. We might as well have wealthy friends, right? So, we got to continue to stick and stay till we get our pay. We got to stay here long term. And Mike just went over the process of an entrepreneur and building himself up to where he's at now. And now he sees the long-term vision. I think he told me at one point he had brought over 3,000 people into his program. And 3,000 people over here pays $50,000 a month. Imagine for a couple.
Don't make me throw up, Kenny. Kenny, you making me sick to my stomach, bro. You making me sick to my stomach. Because I also want to say one else. Actually, it was 4,300 people I brought into Superior Freebies. But here's the deal. When somebody wanted to sign up for this, all they got to do is fill out the application, pay their money, and they're in. Kenny, Vaughn, y'all know this. In order to make money, to make $100 or whatever with Superior Freebies, I had to get them to do that same process 6, 7, 8 times. And a lot of times it didn't even get credit for them doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went through a lot. So just imagine, bro, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you guys this because I know when you're doing these online businesses, you're going to, especially when you start going to the cold market, people are going to approach you with all these different business opportunities and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, I'm going to save you a lot of energy. This is the best thing online. And the reason why is because the product itself makes money. There's not too, like, it feeds to all people's emotions. Like, even for people that don't like to recruit, no more. You know how to copy and paste? I got something you can make money without referrals. Oh, you want to make passive and residual income? Oh, I got you. You want to get paid daily? I got you. We got all these things. And at the price point, you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Our product is literally money.
The best literally. In the game.
That's our product. And nobody, that's the thing that people need most right now. And we're literally offering that. That's our product. We can't fail. We have the whole world is our market. Doesn't matter anywhere. So thank you, Mike. Let's go. We're going to do about 2, 3 a few other testimonies, and then we'll close out this because I think we're going to have to continue to do this. I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. We're going to have to do another one of these maybe next Friday. We'll talk about it. But there's a brother that I have a lot of respect for who has been on literally his participation level is super high. You know, he's someone that I see that is practicing successful habits. You know, every morning at Coffee with Gobe, he's there. He's attending the live sessions. You know, he's taking the education. He's always inquiring, asking questions. And brother Rod Jones, okay, Rod, man, you're always involved. You're always giving positive energy, always dropping nuggets. And how did you get involved with Tradera? Like, who introduced you to the program? What
Hello?
Rod, go ahead. You could take it over, man. You got it. We looks like we lost Kenny. His phone must have died.
Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't my internet connection.
I thought it was my.
First of all, greetings everybody. For everybody that's watching, that's not on the Zoom, they're just watching from Facebook. Greetings to you as well. My name is Rod Jones. I'm based in San Antonio, Texas. And I just want to first of all just thank I want to thank God for just kind of just opening this door for me. I got introduced to Tradera from one of my Masonic brothers. I'm a Prince Hall Freemason, and one of my Masonic brothers, he introduced it to me. Me and him is pretty much on the same wavelength. His name is Brother Frederick Marshall. Me and him, we're one and the same, man. We all about generating multiple streams of income. So every single day I get on my Facebook page, I see him posting his different business ventures. And I was already into stock investing before I even kind of just jumped into Forex. I'm a member of a long-term value investment stock investment club here in San Antonio. And that's kind of how I started getting into investing. I also have my own personal swing trading portfolio, et cetera. So I was already kind of familiar with it. So when I was seeing Brother Marshall posting about this Forex stuff, naturally it caught my eye. So every once in a while, I'll ask him questions about it, you know, just curious. Probably like a lot of people, I thought it was, you know, this ain't real. He hyping it up, all cap. Show me the proof, right? Yeah. I don't believe that. What's good? Let's hop on the phone now, right? That's my attitude. I don't want to text. Let's not go back and forth. I'm gonna call you, right? He was very grateful to get on the phone with me, and ever since then, I haven't looked back. So I got introduced through Tradera through Brother Marshall. Little bit about myself. So I own a real estate wholesaling company here in San Antonio, Texas. Well, before I even got into the real estate, I was working just like everybody else. I was working a 9 to 5. At that point in my life, I turned it around. Typical story, street dude story, right? Out on the block, living that life, did some time, head all messed up, running with the wrong crowd, the whole nine, right? My story is crazy. And I just got tired of living that. Inside of me, I knew that I was much greater than this, right? Way greater than this. I knew my value, right? And I knew that wasn't the life that I wanted to live. That damn sure wasn't the path that I wanted to take. And I damn sure wasn't going back, right? So I had to figure something out. I didn't have millionaires in my family. I probably still don't. I don't know. So I didn't have a big brother, a big sister to point me the way. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have nothing. I damn sure couldn't ask my homies, yo, what should I do, or get any kind of advice. The advice that they're gonna give me is like, take this pack, right? So I was out there on my own, so I had to figure it out. So the best thing that I did was I separated myself from that circle, and I started a very lonely path, but just getting my mind right, getting it together. That led me to working a 9 to 5, started turning my life around. But even still, like, man, this is not me, man. Like, my income is capped. I gotta kiss butt just to make it up the corporate ladder, and my attitude it's not built for that. Especially if I know that you about to railroad the whole entire department, organization. I can't rock with that. So I speak and got fired from damn near every single job. But the thing was, I was one of the best employees. Got certificates to prove them. Salesman of the month, salesman of the month, salesman of the month, employee of the month, employee of the month. But I got fired for every single one of them. Got tired of that, man. And plus, you know, that ain't the way to live. To me, that's the riskiest way to live, to depend on somebody to feed you for the rest of your life, and they only giving you crumbs, right? And then, like, if you get fired, you got to start all over, right? And that sucks. Pandemic come, you're scared to death, right? You're scared to death. I didn't want to live like that, so I started figuring out, you know, ways to kind of just make a lot of money. Got introduced to real estate, and that really turned my life around. Built a real estate wholesaling company, made a lot of money, and I thought I struck a pot of gold. I really did. Like this is crazy right here, making tons of money very quickly. So I thought it was a pot of gold. I was like, I'm telling everybody about it. And if you was going to my Facebook page and scroll back about 5-6 years, I've been screaming real estate wholesaling since then. So I thought I really had it, and I still think this is an amazing thing. But I really thought I struck a pot of gold. And the reason why, because just to kind of give you an idea, literally in 30 days or less, you can complete one transaction and make at least 5 to 10 grand check. And the labor that you put into it, maybe about 5 to 8 hours of work. So, I mean, it's great. It's great money, but you had to work. You had to pick up the phone and call people. You had to talk to people. You had to get in the car and drive across trail. You had to get rejected. You had to wear all the hats for every department in the company. You had to do lead generation. You had to do the hiring and recruiting. You had to deal with people. You had to work. Like, you literally had to. And I was cool with that because the money was very good. So even still, I had to work. I thought I was like there was nothing else better than that, right? Until Forex came, Tradera came, until Brother Fred told me how he was making money by copying and pasting. I'm like, what? What you mean copy and pasting? Like, what you mean, dog? Like, you copy and pasting. Literally, I get alert notifications on my phone 1 to 3 times a day, and all I do is copy that information and paste it into a little app, and I just fall back and continue on with my other income streams that I'm working on, and then I check on every once in a while, and at the end of the day, I'm cashing out. Prove it. Send me a couple of screenshots. I'm like, bro, sign me up. So I went into Tradera like, yo, I'm just gonna trade because I was already into it. So I signed up, paid my $99, and mind you, I'm gonna tell you one thing for me, paying $99 just to connect with individuals such as everybody on the Zoom, everybody in those Telegram groups, everybody in those Facebook groups, $99 just to connect with that, to me, that's worth it. Just the value, being connected with like-minded people. It's a fact, because if you place me in the same circle of friends that I kind of started off with, I'm gonna go down that path, right? I'm gonna go down that path. But now that I'm in this circle, I already know what path that I'm gonna head towards, because every single day in the groups, all I hear is positive stuff. They talking about money. They talking about different income streams. They talking that bag talk. That's a fact. They talking success, mindset, paradigm shift. They talking that language that we don't hear growing up. They talking that vocabulary that I guarantee you, if you listen to it and stay exposed to these individuals in those groups, if you stay exposed to that, I guarantee you in 12 months left, you're going to be making some money some way, somehow, just from being connected with those people. So just the $99 was worth that. Now I'm learning how to trade, right? Now I'm learning how to trade. Yes, you can go on YouTube and learn how to trade. It's not a secret. That's how I learned stocks. But the thing is, the information is scattered all over the goddamn place, right? That's how I learned real estate wholesaling. I YouTube my way to success, and that was a very difficult road. Oh my goodness, I had like 20 different people's strategies trying to make my own strategy, and I was just messing stuff up. Like literally, mind confused. I had paralysis from analysis. Well, Tradera, when I signed up, went into the back office and I seen the course and it was laid out, start here, start here, start here, start here, or step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It broke it down in very elementary language, you know, short videos, some PDFs in the language that was easy to understand. I'm an avid book reader. I probably got like about 700 books in my library right now. I love books, right? So I know when I pick up a book, like, man, this is going to be a difficult ass read just because of the author, the way they write. Well, the way they broke down Forex training in those PDFs, it was very simple. I was able to immediately grasp the information, and it was laid out for me. I didn't have to kind of figure out what Forex guru I'm gonna follow today on YouTube, right? And hitting people up, yo, who you following on YouTube, right? I ain't had to do that no more. It was all in one place. And if I had a question, I hit up somebody, I just put it in one of the groups, and immediately I'm getting answers. Immediately. In the real estate game, you paying for that information. That's a fact. You paying for that information. I'm getting it just like that, man. Like my answers are like my problems are being solved immediately. Man, that's golden. So just the course, right? And then the trade alert. So I got in, started learning about the trade alerts. I signed up for my premium alerts, baby. Oh my goodness, I've been in the blue since. Right? Getting that bull money, right? Been in the blue since, making money while I am learning. Now check this out. So this is how I look at it. When I signed up for Tradera just to learn how to trade, I immediately discovered that there's 4 bags of income streams that you can make in this business. And it's very simple. 1, you can learn how to do it yourself, which you should, because that's a generational skill set that you can pass down. It's perpetual. I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I guarantee you, I'm going to be showing her how to do this, and she's going to be trading within 30 days. You want she always asks me, Daddy, can I get some Roblox money? Well, do you got any money? No, Daddy. So of course I talk about teaching her how to build, start business, etc. But now I found the way. All right, no worries. Learn these skill sets. Here go $5, or here go $20, here go $100, and learn how to trade. And then you buy your own Roblox. This is a skill set that I can teach my 11-year-old daughter, right? And I ain't got to worry, right? She's 11 years old. 10,000 hours of her practicing this, right? 10,000 hours of her practicing this. She's going to be a master. By the time I even hit 80, let's say I turn 80 years old, I don't never get it right, but my daughter get it right. I'm good. That's my insurance right there, baby. My son, he's 18. He's about to sign up. It's a fact. I sent him a video. He's like, Dad, let's go, right? So that's my insurance right there. But, you know, I'm great at everything that I do. That's my Muhammad Ali talk, right? I got to big myself up, right? So I ain't got to worry about it. So the first bag that Tradera is blessing everybody with is you learn how to do it yourself. The second bag is the free trade alerts. It's very simple. Copy and paste. You in profits, right? This whole you learn how to manage your discipline. You're in there, baby. The third bag is the live session. There's 3 live sessions every single day, Monday through Friday, if I'm not mistaken, but it's 3 of them every single day. You got master traders that go on a live Zoom call, right? And they will literally take real trades with their money, and they telling you their strategies, their techniques, they walking you through it. And on top of that, they say, buy here. All right, get out now. And you're making money. That's the third way, right? You learning while you earn. And the fourth way, network marketing. All right, I'm gonna be straight up. I was way out on network marketing, way out. Because, you know, in the past, people hit me up, hey, meet me here at this building. Meet me at this meeting place. All right, bro, I got you. I'm gonna show you some love, get there. And I'm like, man, what the fuck you signed me up for, man? Like, really? You set me up like that? So I had a couple of those experiences. So when I hear network marketing, I'm like, nah, I'm out. I'm good. No, don't send me nothing. So I signed up for Tradera anyway because of the Forex. Then I started listening. I hop on these Zoom calls and I started hearing these people that look like me, right? That's younger than me. Shout out to to Giovanni, bro, you crushing it. 22 years old, man. Like, damn, bro. 22, I was locked up, and you out here crushing it.
Yo, good looking, brother.
I salute you, bro. You gonna be a multi-billionaire if you keep up that energy. That's a fact, right? But I got on these Zoom calls and I started hearing these stories, man. The Kenny J's, the Carlos, the Lollies, Miss 72 Hours, Giovanni. I hit up Giovanni like, bro, like, yo, connect me somehow, bro. He shot me the link to his group, and I've been plugged in ever since. Mega Lynch's, Dominique Bar, the Mega Lynch's and Dominique, man, they making 100 racks a month. 100 racks a month. So I'm listening to these stories, and I'm like, man, like, they could do that shit. I know I could do it. I know I could do this. I ain't that slow, right? I could do this. Even if I just get 5 racks a month, I'm cool with it. If I get $500 a month, if I get $500 a month, bro, that's a lot of traveling right there, man. That's a lot of traveling. That's another car. That's a whole bunch of good stuff right there. So I start hearing these stories. They showing their checks, and I'm like, this network marketing center, all right, send me a little bit more, right? Give me some more links. And I'm starting getting more into it. And then I hop on this same webinar, Coffee with Gobe, and Mike Taylor hopped on one morning, and he broke down his system. He literally gave us his system on how to generate leads. Now, mind you, I own my real estate company. I own my own real estate company. I do lead generation myself. So when he was breaking it down, I'm like, yo, I do that already. I do that with the real estate. That's what you doing to generate? All right, I can do that. And then I'm starting hearing other people, their system, Lolly hopped on the phone with me, gave me her system. I'm like, man, this is crazy easy. All I'm doing is copying and pasting these templates that y'all give me. That's it. And then when somebody say I'm interested or send me info, all I got to do is call Kenny and Carlos and Lolly. That's all I got to do. Y'all gonna close them? Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Right? Let's go. It's simple. They give you the whole blueprint. You ain't got to do no more thinking. You ain't got to do no thinking. You just copy and paste, literally. You ain't got to do nothing. Get them on a Zoom call, and that's it. So once I seen the power behind that, I'm like, wow, yo, wow. That's the 4th bag right there. So that $99 is giving me and everybody on this Coffee with Gobe 4 bags of income streams, additional bags, right? Additional bags. But $99, and then if you sign up 3 people, you ain't got to pay that no more. Let's say you pay your $99, you get your free trade alerts, right? I guarantee you in about 2 weeks, you're gonna have that $99 back, plus extra. So you already, like, it's a no-brainer. At least for me, I'm like, shit, $99, I guarantee you I'm about to blow $99 this weekend. It's a fact. And then on Sunday, I'm like, man, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I'm supposed to be budgeting. Like I'm looking at my baby like, babe, we tripping, right? We supposed to be sticking with the plan. You know, we supposed to be buying rental properties, and we just blew $100 on nothing, right? So, like, it's crazy. And then the last thing I'm gonna say, the power behind it. So my background is real estate. I love real estate. I would never leave the real estate. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this Forex money and buy mad real estate. But check this out. So the game plan for a lot of real estate investors is, you know, you get the wholesale money, you know, the quick, you know, check up front, wholesaling money, or you do a couple of fix and flips where you buy cheap, fix it up, resell, make 30, 40 grand in about 6 months, right? You take that money and you parlay that to buy some multi-family buildings and some apartment buildings, et cetera, whatever. Basically, long story short, the end goal for real estate investing is to acquire a bunch of rental units, right? And the rule of thumb is to make sure each rental unit is cash flowing at least $200 positive cash flow at the end of the month, right? One rental unit cash flowing a net profit of $200 after everything else is paid, right? Your mortgage, repairs, all of that, you get the pocket $200. Well, just think about what you got to do just to get that one rental unit. You got to put down payment down, right? You got to negotiate the deal. You got to find the deal. That's the toughest part. You got to find the deal. Then you got to fix it up. And then you got to find tenants and screen them. And then once you get them, you got to supervise them, make sure they don't mess your asset up. And if they mess that up, then you got to take that cash flow that you better been saving on top of your savings account and fix up the holes in the wall and repaint and put new carpet in there. You got to do all of this stuff in hopes that the property appreciates, that you can get your equity, and then they pay down the mortgage, get your build up your equity, and then you get your cash flow. And keep in mind, you had to come out your pocket thousands on top of thousands, probably $10,000 just to get that one property, just to get a $200 cash flow. Well, in the network marketing side, to get $500, which is 2 rental units, all you gotta do is sign up 10 people. Lolly did that in 3 days, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she did that in a very short period of time. 10 people.
72 hours.
72 hours, 3 days. And she's pocketing, I don't even know the comp structure. I don't even care. I ain't looking at it. I'm just going hard. But if I'm not mistaken, she's pocketing $500 a month. $500 a month. She did that in 3 days. 3 days. 3 days. Now, I challenge you to go get 2 rental units, 2 houses. I challenge you to do that. You probably don't have the connections. You probably don't have the down payment. You probably don't have the 10,000. Neither do I, right? Neither do I. But what I can do is copy and paste my way to $500 in 3 days. I can copy and paste my way to do that. So the power behind the network marketing to get that rental unit, that cash flow, that positive cash flow, blows real estate smooth out the water. So remind you, I thought I had struck the pot of gold with the real estate. Nah, I was mistaken. I can get that same cash flow from network marketing, doing way less work. And my capital, my investment is like this. The real estate and capital is off the charts just to get started. It's come on, man. This is the ninth wonder of the world right here, network marketing. And I'm not just hyping that up. My long distance mentor with the Jim Rohns, right? Talk about that network marketing. You can't beat it. So that's why I signed up. That's why I'm doing it. 4 income streams off of $99, and then it gets waived once you sign up 3 people, and then you can make the residual from doing very minimum work with very minimum capital. It's a no-brainer. So that's why I'm doing it. That's my story. And again, thank you, brother Frederick Marshall. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Lolly. Thank you, Giovanni. Thank you, Mike Taylor. You guys rock. Thank you to the Mega Lynches, the Dominique Barbie. Y'all are very they're very inspirational, and they prove to me and everybody else that you can do it. You can do it. That's all I got.
Thanks. Man, powerful, Rod. Man, we gotta get you to speak more. We gotta get you to speak more. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me? All right, cool. Yeah, we got to get Rod to speak more. He was giving that real business talk right there. Somebody who's been in the real estate industry, have already invested in rental properties. But that metaphor he just gave is powerful, is extremely powerful in comparison to the network marketing industry. All right. And he also spoke about something very key. Guys, understand your network is your net worth. Okay. Your network is your net worth. He literally said that just paying $99 to get into the environment is enough. And I believe that, because 90% of your success and failures are going to come from the environment that you put yourself in. 90%. If you are putting yourself in the environment, if you pay $99 to get in this environment of like-minded people, entrepreneurs, this stuff is going to start rubbing off on you in a period of time. So you're listening to a brother that is on his path. He's plugged in, he's locked in, is passionate, and we appreciate your partnership, brother. And as you know, we're going to be brothers, we're going to be partners for a long time growing this generational wealth. We're going to keep this thing going. All right, so we're going to do one more testimony, and then we're going to go ahead and close this bad boy out. I do want to bring up my brother Preston. Okay, so Preston You're going to mute yourself. So Preston, okay, he actually partnered with me in a program. I was in a previous Forex company. I'm not going to say any names. For a few months, right before I got into Tradera. There was months in between, right? He partnered me in the program, and he'll talk about it, but didn't have much success in the program. Neither did I. All right. And then we come to Tradera, and I'm getting text messages from Preston every day, lit and fired up, and about things that's going on. So me and Preston talk. We both got daughters. We got huge wives. And so, Preston, man, what made you get started in Tradera in comparison to the other company that we were with? And, what are some things you want to do in this company? What type of experience are you having?
All right. So what's going on, everybody? Yeah, man, long story short, I hopped in Tradera because literally coming from the other company, I mean, you're looking at less than half the cost. Easy, less than half. And I'm not saying their education didn't work. It's just everyone learns differently. And so for me, it just wasn't working for me at all. And it was funny because I was actually in the other company back in 2015. And I quit then because I wasn't getting it. And just as life happened, I mean, listen, I'm used to working. I've been working since I was, 16 years old, and I always had a job. And for a lot of, other people who know me, at one point, I was literally working from sun up to sundown. I had one job from like 5 to about 1, 2 o'clock p.m., leave, go to my other job from 2 to about 11 o'clock at night. Then on the weekends, I'm doing Uber almost the whole day, just literally just trying to make ends meet. And, I sat down at one point because I'm exhausted. I have no time with my family. My daughter, she misses the heck out of me every single day. And I'm like, there has to be another way to do this. And oddly enough, right around last year or so, Forex started showing up again online. I started seeing more people, hey, Forex. I'm like, okay, I got to get a hold of this. I have to figure it out. And then oddly enough, Kenny hit me up. And like I said, even though we joined, I joined him under the other company, right when I was about to quit that again, he hit me up with Tradera. And so I'm like, okay, God is really trying to tell me something. I need to just buckle down. And of course, I'm watching the presentation and I'm expected to see, $250 to get started, another $200 a month or whatever. And it said $99 and I lost it. I said to him, I was like, bro, you need to tell me just not, he said just $99. I was like, so this is no promotion. He said, no, this is just what it is. And so, I got in, and ever since then, it's been nothing but a blessing. I mean, the education, I've learned so much. And don't get me wrong, I've made mistakes. I've made a lot. I blew my account a couple times just due to improper risk management, but every loss I've taken, I've learned. I've learned so much from it, and even like this morning, speaking to Mr. Terrence about it, he's also have made some mistakes. And from my mistakes, making the same mistakes, I've been able to help him, and even while we're learning it, those signals are fire. I'm sorry, those signals, man, those signals, listen, it's nice to be able to copy and paste, take those trades, and they hit profit. Of course, it's still important to learn the charts, to learn Forex so that, you can also make your own profits, and even like earlier in the week, I took a few losses. I almost blew my account again. And we had a coffee with Gobe, and Kenny mentioned the time frames, and the significance of trading on certain time frames, specifically the 1 hour, and in some cases, maybe even the 4 hour time frame. Because for me, even though I've learned my strategy also from the back office and even from, YouTube, I'm trying to implement this strategy on the 5 minute, the 15 minute. And all I'm doing is watching my charts. And the worst part is I would set my position, take my trade, but then in 5 to 10 minutes, it hit my stop loss because I'm basing my analysis on the wrong time frame. And so literally once I switch it to the hour, everything clicked. Like last night, I sent Kenny a screenshot. I took 4 trades by myself, my own analysis. I caught over 150 pips. Now don't get me wrong. Yes, I only did, that 0.01 lot size, but I don't care about that. Like for me, I want to consistently get pips because yes, the profits will come. At the end of the day, it's no point in focusing on getting the big fish if you don't know how to fish. Learn the basics, like learn how to just catch those fish. And then yes, the big fish will come. You know, like it's all part of the process. And I get it. You know, sometimes you might jump in the groups and see people making $1,000, $1,500, $10,000. You know, I'm like, that's great. You'll get there. But at the end of the day, focus on their pips. I saw one guy, he caught a trade literally, I want to say it was like $500, but he had like a $50 lot size or a $5 lot size. Like he had such a big lot that he only caught 2 pips. That's nothing. I mean, he could have lost that in no time, you know, but like this whole system has been powerful. You know, plugging in has definitely helped, because truth is, it's only been, I made a decision the last 2 weeks to really just get in and be consistent, showing up every day. You guys see me on Coffee with Gobe every single morning now, and it's going to be this way to the end of it, you know. And like I said, it's amazing how God shows you certain things, because like I said, I'm so used to working. And back in January, I finally got the job that I wanted, you know, working for the airline, making great money. And like I said, that was in January. So what happened February, March? COVID. Whole industry shut down. Now we're in a position to where people who've been with the company 10, 15, 20 years, we might all get cut soon. Now what? You know, so yeah, like it's important to have a way that doesn't require, you know, that extra amount of work, that doesn't require, you know, clocking in, clocking out like that, to where you're not expendable, really. You know, like you have to find a way to make it work for yourself. And yeah, like I said, I've had so much progress any amount of time being here. I'm glad that I listened to what God was trying to tell me. I'm thankful for the new circle of people around me, you know, and just being consistent, just showing up every day. You know, I plan on catching, you know, a couple more pips today, you know, if I can. You know, if not, hey, we're gonna start it again on Monday. I'm gonna analyze, you know, all my trades for the week, see what I did right, see what I did wrong, and just keep it going. But what also helped, before putting in those trades, I went back to the back office and I went straight to market structure. I watched videos 1 through 7 straight through. And as I did it, more light bulbs were going off, you know? And so, you know, listen, like their training is just, it's incredible. I mean, easily, I'm sure if
Hey, you guys, can you hear Preston? I think his phone cut out. Can you guys hear him?
No.
Hey, Preston, I think you might have cut out. Can you try to speak again?
Oh, my bad. What was the last thing you guys heard?
You watch videos 1 through 7 on the market structure and light bulbs start going off.
Yeah, man. And like I said, it's just a matter of, you know, always go back to the training. You know, like I said, just take the time. You know, if you take a loss, that's okay. Because trust me, we're all going to lose trades. You know, but in the end, definitely always go back to your training, because it'll help. Like I said, the light bulbs will go off and you'll see what you did wrong. You know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man,
you know what, Preston? Preston? One part, because I know that you're just now starting to get open to the network marketing side of the business.
Yeah.
And so the timing, you know, he's starting to launch and stuff like that. The timing of him getting in, I just want you to briefly mention, like, because you have a downline, because you just got in early with Mike Taylor. You're in Mike Taylor's front line, right? So you have a downline already, and you're actually close tonight. So are you excited about the next part of the business and open yourself up to the network marketing side? Because I know that's new to you. Because at first you just wanted to trade.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. Because again, you know, Mike said it in a previous Coffee with Gobe. He's like, you know, the thing about residual is you know how much you're going to make every month off the rip. Like there's no, oh, hey, you know, okay, if I work this number of hours, because you're progressively trying to earn that check every week. But yeah, like I'm super excited. I'm only 5 people away.
That's
like,
it.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there without a doubt. I mean, like and it comes from the overall support system and the network that we have. You know, I'm so thankful for everybody here. You know, I mean, like I said, the training is great. The focus, you know, the energy that everyone has. It's a blessing, man.
Definitely, man. And, you know, it's a blessing to have you as a partner. Again, we're going to be making money together long term. Oh, yeah. I can't wait till everything starts clearing up so we could go travel and we could really make this thing a crazy lifestyle. We're going to start doing group cruises again. We're going to start doing it in different countries, going to resorts so we could travel and trade, right? And it's going to be an amazing thing as we do this. And it's going to be, so we have a lot of exciting things to look towards to. I'm excited about your progress, getting your text messages, seeing you catch those pips, because I look at it like you, right? I master the process. I don't care. I mean, you had one you sent me. You made on a 10-cent lot, you made like $6.80 on that. So that's like 68 pips on one trade. So if you trade with the dollar lot, that's $680 on one trade off $10. That's the way I look at it. Okay, so you master keep getting those trades. All you're gonna do is put more money into your account, and then your return is just gonna be larger. So man, I'm super excited where you're at right now. You're on your way to success, brother. So appreciate your partnership as well. Hey, but listen, guys, this has been powerful. We're gonna do more because our organization is continuing to grow. We're continuing to produce more success stories. So we're gonna continue to have more people come, say their testimonies, put it online. Oh, Carlos, okay. You got another Masonic brother up here. Look at all the connections, the networking going on here, man. We're building something powerful. And everybody part of our organization, you can feel how genuine everybody is. We really want to win. We have big whys, and we really want to help each other win. And that's why I think if you are going to join any organization, Gobe Tradehouse is the one that you need to join. We're on the right path, and we're really producing success stories over here. All right. So anyway, everybody, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you all in the Facebook world for tuning in to our first live Coffee with Gobe. And we're going to do much more of this coming soon. Peace and love. This is Kenny J signing out. Go be. Go be. Have a good day. Peace.